are inside GMR School of Aviation. This is a facility in Hyderabad. Well, it's one of its kind school situated in India and in particular in Hyderabad. Well, when we talk about aviation sector, perhaps it is one of the most lucrative when it comes to people's choice in professions. And in fact, why we are coming to you from this very facility, we have a very unique reason for that. Well, this facility provides certain types of courses and qualifications which actually gives you a gateway to the MRO. MRO means maintenance, repair and overhaul. In fact, this is perhaps one of the first institutes to actually offer an integrated course where a person can actually learn what this type of engineering is and also get a sense of the on-ground or the on-job training atmosphere, and you get all of it here at this very institute. I have me joining with me is Mr. Ashok Gopinath. So thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. So first of all, there are a lot of aviation schools in India. We have a lot of schools here in India and abroad. Why is this one different?
Okay, good question. This school has been set up as a global standard, completely different. There are many schools in India, as you rightly said. One of the unique feature of the school is owned by an GMR Aerotechnic MRO. We are international MRO. We have this MRO with us, so we need resources, manpower, skilled manpower available required for us. So as part of that larger scheme, we have set up the school and we have set it up to a global standard. So we are roped in Airbus as our technical partner. And because of the technical partnership with Airbus, we are able to offer a course content, course syllabus which is proprietary to Airbus, in terms of that. So that's the global standard that we are trying to reach. And then we have a comprehensive program we are offering, because we also have MRO, we have a global content, and then we are having so idea was to provide a 2-year academic session in the school, then 2-year session in the MRO, and then we follow it with a type course, so that the students who are enrolling here have an opportunity to come out in one stop, right from the beginning, starting of the course by till end. They are industry ready with a license in their hand to work as a professionally qualified aircraft maintenance engineer, ready to be employed. So that kind of an opportunity is something completely different. I don't think anybody else in this area is offering that. So that's the one key unique, another differentiator of the school. Plus because we have MRO with us, we already have an existing partnership or a discussion or an engagement with many OEMs, aircraft OEMs, component OEMs, plus large operators in India and abroad. So we are able to offer those kind of our partners in the business and skilled manpower ready. So that is another opportunity for the school students who are graduating out of this school will have not only an opportunity in India to be employed by airlines and other MROs, but they have a global market available in the form of the international airlines and other MROs located in this region have a ready resource available to them to engage with. So that is another big advantage for students graduating out of the school.
Okay, so let's talk about the facility we are in. This particular part we just showed to our viewers, and now we are entering this very area. So it is important, like you mentioned, this is something where hands-on experience is very important for an engineer to get into the real world situations if there is a fault, if there's something like that. So why this facility in particular serve the industry better? Because it's a fast moving industry, and in fact there is a lot of demand for these sorts of engineers, and right now we understand over 50% of these engineering needs are being catered from outside India. So how it's going to be a boost for the job markets here in India?
So with the growth in aviation which has been forecasted, India is growing at a rate of 20% per annum in the aviation sector. To support that kind of a growth, the MRO segment has to grow. When the MRO segment has to grow, one of the constituents of the MRO to grow is actually the resources, the human resources and the skilled manpower that should be available. Manpower is available, but they are not ready, they are not fully skilled to be deployed in expanding MRO or the aviation sector. So today we have modern aircraft with modern technology. So that is one of the reasons why how we are saying we are brought in an international global school with the latest gadgets, latest training aids and training equipments. So what you see here in this workshop is basically the aircraft system trainers of various aircraft systems, like a typically of a, let's say, 320 or a 737, hydraulic system, landing gear system, anti-pneumatic system, autopilot system, and so like that various systems are there. This provides the students an enhanced learning experience. They can physically study, do a lot of fault isolation, simulate faults, and architecture of the system can be studied in an open environment, which they may not go and get readily opportunity to be in the live environment. So they become actually fully ready, more confident, have a better experience and knowledge base by the time they graduate out of school. So that is how the school has invested in this modern teaching tooling, where we call it as system trainers, which are exactly, and what they see here in the system trainers, in the form of system trainers in the display, is what they are going to see in the cockpit of an aircraft or a typical A320 aircraft. What they see in the display in the cockpit, the switches, the operating mechanism, the methodology is what they see. They will be more confident. So here we are giving them a methodological way of how to go about doing your work in the actual environment. And by that way, their students are more confident, they are more knowledgeable, they are more become competent, and have a competency rating of an international skilled workforce.
Okay, sir. Now let's talk about the course itself. You explained the integrities of the course, what all you will be offering. So from when we are expecting you to start this very course?
So the school is designed to have an intake of approximately 175 students per annum in the first phase of the school life, and the first batch we are inducting, starting the first class, because the admission process is on. Students are already enrolled, and the first class will start on 15th July is the first classing, and the second batch will start around 1 month later. So that is how the thing, and this is in the first phase, we will have 175 students. Once we have the second phase, which is additional classrooms ready in a year's time, then the school will have a capacity to take 350 students per annum.
Okay, sir, I just want to talk on one very factor, because the government's idea is also Atma Nirbhar Bharat and Skill India. Is this course designed to actually also looking at all those things which have been actually put across by the government?
So yes, you are right actually, and from the group GMR group perspective, we are looking at aviation as a platform. That is how we are evolving as a group. We have airport, we have MRO, now we have the school and the skill development, and also there is the group is as a aviation platform. We are evolving into other ecosystem, like what you see in Delhi Aerocity, like that Hyderabad Aerocity is evolving. So as far as skill development and training and developing human resources is concerned, in the field of aircraft maintenance, this is an example of what we have invested in, and this is in line with the Government of India's objective of Atma Nirbhar, where today the maximum work of the MRO segment is done outside the country. But as we grow, those we are expecting to get those MRO work done in the country, for which we need a skilled manpower. So this school will addresses that gap of making available the skilled and knowledgeable, ready to be deployed, industry ready students and manpower. It will meet that requirement. So largely it will meet the Government of India objective and our objective of being Atma Nirbhar in this field of aviation and MRO ecosystem.
So one very thing is to keep the talent inside the country. This is perhaps one of those challenges where every company, be it aviation or any other industry, faces. So if you are if you're readying a talent for this sort of an industry, how important is it for them to work within the country? Because what happens is, right now, like we spoke about how maximum of this job is done by abroad and not in India. So how important is it to actually keep the talent inside the country?
So yes, in fact, this answers that point. Actually, having an international school of global standard with using the global technology, I mean the current latest digital technology and the teaching methodology. So this school answers that point of developing an international skill workforce, Indian workforce to the international standard. So we will be, based on that, the students who are coming out will be ready to be deployed in the industry and ready to be also to be deployed in the international market also, because the school offers training in 2 streams of approval. DGCA India training under 147 training system plus EASA European standard of training system. So depending on what the choice student wants, they can opt for the particular approval category. So when you are in EASA being a global standard, the students who are coming out of the EASA stream from the school are readily deployable in the international market also. And in that way, we are actually also taking care of our attrition in the system is also addressed, because we are creating ready stream of qualified people always ready to be used in our MRO. We will also be absorbing them, some of them, and they are ready to be absorbed in the domestic as well as international market.
Okay. So right now, like you mentioned, the capacity is around 175, and eventually it will also increase further. So the question is, one very important thing in this industry right now, the aviation industry, a lot of youngsters are actually tilted towards going into being a pilot or a commercial pilot, but engineering, and that too particularly aircraft maintenance engineering, is something which is not quite out there for the people, for the students to understand. Any message to the students or the budding engineers who actually really want to get into this sort of an industry?
So I will say this is actually an industry to be watched for, because we are growing at a rapid rate and become the 3rd biggest aviation industry in the world. And today many of our students actually go abroad to get this kind of a qualitative training. And today this school provides them a solution to do the same level of training and obtain the same certificate from EASA in India, in Hyderabad. So that is something, a good alternative for students who are struggling to go out, pay enormous amount of money, and we provide them at a very, very cost effective, less than one third the price, what otherwise the student would have gone abroad and studied. So in that way, we meet the requirement of developing the skilled manpower within the country, and also be self-sufficient in developing our own students, plus cater for international students also. This facility caters for, in the first phase, we are doing basic training here. Then we will be doing type courses. We will be getting accreditation from the airframe manufacturers, big manufacturers, to be their designated training center, offer training in type courses also on the specific aircraft. Plus we will be doing industry courses like certificate and ancillary training, and plus also offering degree accreditation. So this will be an end-to-end solution, giving them, the students, and a good suitable international alternative to be studying in India and be part of the growth story.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to CNN News 18. As I mentioned, this is one of its kind school which offers those degrees and those courses actually which are perhaps most needed in the aviation industry right now. The kind of growth the aviation sector is looking at, we have a lot of job opportunities in this very sector, and also it is very important to actually get those jobs to the people within the country, because the government also continuously laments on only one fact, that we have to make India Atma Nirbhar, plus also the workforce needs to be skilled to actually undertake all the needed works which this industry requires.